Welcome back to the channel, family. As usual, we are here in sunny South Florida, enjoying the beach. Today, we have the liberals are going crazy. Look at the liberals. They just can't stop. They don't have nothing on Trump. So they revert to going loco cabeza. Look at them. Look at them, family. And we're not going to stop reporting the news. Always.
Won't be any fireworks. And here we go.
Trump hit the ground running on day one, and Democrats can't keep up. It's not a fair fight. The left's just too weird to win.
You know, it would be harder to beat them if they were normal and things. It shows that they're almost insane. And they do suffer from Trump derangement syndrome at a high level. And I guess I'm honored by that.
For months, Democrats haven't won a single round of political combat. But they're starting to organize, and they look weirder than ever. Ancient white liberals held powwows outside a Milwaukee courthouse to support Judge Hannah Dugan, who helped a criminal illegal escape ICE.
When I say we own it, you say we're changing it, okay? Ready? We own it, we're changing it. We own it, we're changing it. We own it, we're changing it.
Over in Newark, the blue-haired brigade is fighting tooth and nail to stop Trump from deporting rapists and murderers.
These people don't even speak English, and they're not from the United States of America, and they came into the country illegally.
I want to know where you're from, where this station is from, because the kind of questions you're asking me are very, very offensive.
I think you need to check your facts.
People are inside that facility.
And they're MS-13 members, they're child traffickers, they're drug traffickers, they're bringing drugs into this country.
They are still human beings.
So you don't care if they're the worst criminal in the world and they have raped and murdered children, they're okay and they're still human beings and they should be here?
I believe that they are human beings and that they deserve dignity just as everybody else.
You think child rapists deserve dignity?
Absolutely, I do.
Meanwhile, in D.C., protesters have gathered outside the Supreme Court because they're convinced that they're living under a dictatorship.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
But more than anything else, we believe that if you are in America, you are an American.
I think I saw armpit hair. The resistance is deranged, misinformed, hairy, and rather homely. A woman sporting a Bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia home with his family t-shirt doesn't even know why he was deported.
Do you want to bring Abrego Garcia home with his family so that he can punch his wife again, or so that he can smuggle more humans into the country? What's your biggest grief? I'm sorry?
He needs to come back. He was just removed. There was an order of court.
But you know he's an MS-13 member. Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and did you see the? Yeah, I am. Yeah. Did you see the video of him smuggling people into the country? Is that okay with you?
That's not true.
Family, this is the Democratic Party base, the liberals. They support rapists, murderers, pedophiles, violence. I mean, this lady just literally lied in our face talking about this is not true. And we have amplified evidence of the fact that these people, these illegals, are just menace to society, the worst of the worst that was entering our country because of Joe Biden. And we are cleaning the streets, and they are the resistance to try to keep them in. Extremely incredible. We cannot believe it, and you cannot make that up. Very interesting.
Chris Hansen's suiting up. He's not Ice Barbie, he's Ice Ken. At this rate, his series on catching illegal alien sex predators might just get 10 seasons. His latest sting in Louisiana, where a Venezuelan illegal named Enrique thought he was getting lucky with the teen.
Play my phone?
Buenas noches.
Noche.
¿Qué es el nombre?
Clayton. Clayton.
Clayton? You came here tonight to have sex with a 15-year-old boy. Viniste aquí esta noche para tener sexo con un chico de 15 años.
No.
Preguntaste a sus... No.
Chris Hansen joins me now. All right, so this was another bad hombre.
This was a sting recently with Sheriff Jason Ard in Livingston Parish. And yes, not only did he show up for a 15-year-old boy, it turns out, and HSI was right there for the sting, that he was already under investigation by HSI for human trafficking. So was he coming there just for the boy, bad enough, or was he coming there to recruit the boy for human trafficking? And then we found a Chinese national in that sting who showed up for a 15-year-old girl, been in this country for 9 years on a student visa, studying opera at LSU. What else was he studying?
At LSU. Oh, boy. I heard you got another guy. It was a BLMer. Do we have that tape?
Just back from Polk County, Florida, Sheriff Grady Judd, and we have the tape of this guy who we arrested.
Let's watch.
Please, dude, I said no. Literally have the sex trafficking line. Get up. Get up. I'm not talking. Get up. I'm not trying to anyone. Please. I literally said no. Can you grab my shoe? Move.
So this BLMer's denying anything.
35-year-old Aston Mack, BLM activist, worked with challenged children in Orlando, claimed to me that he had the sex trafficking hotline number on his phone in his pocket, was just going to help this girl out. But the texts tell a very different story, Jesse, and you'll see that all on True Blue, my streaming crime network.
All right, so they lie to you, but you have the texts every time.
I have the texts every time. And here's something else. This guy told me 3 times he was 30. Now, I know he's 35, so if you're lying about something as simple as that, what does that say about the rest of your scheme that evening?
All right, True Blue, Chris Hansen, Takedown with Chris Hansen.
And the podcast, Predators I've Caught.
They've caught quite a few. All right, Ice Ken, there he is, everybody.
Thank you, Jesse.
Soak it in.
Now, do you see? We have a plethora of evidence of the takedown of these criminals, the menace to society. I mean, what did they think? That they was going to get away with it? Now, remember, like I always mention, when you have illegal aliens, they were able to get away with these crimes in their country. And when they cross the border free, without any type of vetting from Joe Biden and his administration for 4 years, here they come to the land of the free, pondering in their mind they can get away with that nonsense. But no, because we are law-abiding citizens. We have rules and regulations, laws and decrees. We are America. We have laws against evildoers. There are consequences for your actions. And they are finding out the hard way. F around and find out. They got to find out. They are testing them. Let me just test to see if the waters are hot. That's how they think. Let me just test to see if we can get away. Because I got away with this in my country. Let me just test to see if we can get away. Nope, you're not going to get away because you are hurting our families. Period.
There's literally video of it.
These people are sad. And so's the media. Good thing we have Dr. Gorka to put them in their place.
This is why Politico is a joke. This is why you are gutter press and fake news. You're sitting here live defending a member of MS-30. That's why I regret coming here. Because this isn't journalism. This is protecting those who hate America. Shame on you. We are saving lives. I'd like to see the Jocelyn Nungare, Rachel Marin, stories in comparison to the Russia collusion garbage. I mean, let's be honest here.
Let's move on.
You have an agenda.
And then there's Bruce Springsteen, who's turning off the tunes to preach like James Comey.
In my home, the America I love, the America I've written about, that has been a beacon of hope and liberty for 250 years, is currently in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and treasonous.
Bruce, deep breath. Enjoy the golden age. Maybe play Born in the USA. Gutfeld already thinks you're up.
And they're getting, by doing that, as you see with Springsteen, who is for doing that in another country and not doing it in America, he is I already said it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are concluding this video with a side note. Is it just me? Now, there is an enormous amount of consensus in the United States that liberal women deem to be unattractive. Now, I don't believe that, but every video after video is making a substantial amount of evidence, bringing a substantial amount of evidence to conclude that maybe they're right. Because if you look at these videos, that these liberal women, man, they are very unattractive. Not in my view, because I don't pay attention to that, but the majority of America thinks so. So I'm just saying, look at them. But anyway, the liberals are going crazy. My thing is, look at them. They continuously to prove us right every time. I can't believe it. It is astonishing to see the way they're acting. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, they are the minority. We are the majority. The majority always rules. Always. I didn't make the rules. I'm just reporting it. So, I pray and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, wonderful day. Please don't drink and drive. Stay safe, party safe. Cling to your loved ones. Always. Peace.